I'm going to say. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's February 18th, 2019. I'm here with Michael Diamonstein, Menachem Diamonstein. He played in the league last year, as we all know. He actually lost in the World Series. You probably on your revenge tour this year.
PTSD.
I don't know how you lost that. You guys had it in the bag, but let's move on to the next year. This year, obviously, it's a brand new league. It's not just a brand new focus. Ever since myself took over the league, now it's M&S Brooklyn. So the primary focus was to add talent from all angles, and with your help, we were able to bring a lot of new faces, a lot of new personalities, not just from the Five Towns, not just from Crown Heights, all over the place. I have new players from Jersey as well. But we're going to stay over here and focus on the guys that we brought in, the crop of guys that I would say are the Diamonstein recruits. And here on my left, we have Yanki Itzkowitz. Listen, some say he might be the best center fielder in the league right now. I know he's going to deny it right now, but he's out of the picture. But no, I've seen Itzkowitz in his heyday, and he could really play ball. Good center fielder, good hitter. And we're going to go through one at a time. And since you guys know these guys better than I do, you're going to enlighten the audience of who we're going to expect. And before you guys get into it, we have this coming up Sunday, weather permitting, a draft scouting combine where all the captains are going to come to Calvert, and hopefully everyone shows up if the weather holds up, and we're all going to be able to see you guys play a week before the draft. So now I'm going to go in no in particular order, top to bottom, and we're going to hear what you guys have to say about these players so the captains have more of an idea and a better picture of who these guys are, what their strengths are, what their weaknesses are, if you dare say them. I'm not sure if you guys are going to say anything negative, but we're going to try to get you to say the truth, and we'll start from the top. So the first name on the list we have is Archie, I think you pronounce him Eichhorn.
Eichhorn, yeah. So
yeah, so from what I know, Archie, he's probably the best hitter-wise, pure hitter-wise in the league. The ball comes off his bat fast. I'm not sure defensively. We're going to turn it over to you right now. I know you play with Archie a lot, on the same team with him, against him all these years, and floor is all yours, Yanki.
He's a great defender, a great hitter, talks a lot. He's a great guy to have on the team.
So, bottom line, you're saying you think he's a first-round type talent, second-round type talent over here?
He's up there, he's there.
He's up there. So, listen, either way, first, second, he's a guy we should be excited about. I'm going to turn it to you.
So, if, first of all, pitching against him many times for many years, he's one of the scariest batters that I've ever faced. In regards to if he's on my team, which he was in the Crown Heights League this past year, if there's 2 outs and there's a guy on second, and we need to get that guy in, I want him batting. So that goes to show of what I think of him in regards to hitting. Probably, and I played in all these leagues, so I can say one of the best hitters, if not.
That's high praise, and you're obviously one of the better pitchers in the league. So coming from you, that says a lot. So very excited about having him in the league, obviously. Let's take it to the next guy. Listen, there's always someone has something what to say about Akiva Madnick. Whether it be good or bad or anything. I know I played with Akiva, against Akiva in a few tournaments, and I know from what I saw, he's a really good hitter, big target for first base. We'll start with you again.
All right, so he could field. I've seen him play third and first. I think he would be a great first baseman on a team. I think he'd be a solid third baseman. And hitting-wise, if he makes contact, I think, something that a team should look forward to having.
Interesting. Go ahead.
He's a well-rounded professional. He's been in these leagues for a long, long time. He knows the ins and outs. Good guy to have on the team.
Good team. So again, a guy like that, we're looking at probably a mid-rounder in this draft, which is a testament to how strong the draft is at this point. We're going to do a few more mock drafts as the weeks go along to figure out where everyone is exactly. Next player, labeled Gordon. I saw him when he put his defensive position in the registration. He put multiple positions. He put short center field, he put second base, he put a little bit of outfield, and from what I was talking to a lot of guys, not just you two, Scouting Report, this guy can handle himself multiple positions, and a guy like that is invaluable. It gives you flexibility and things that you can't imagine doing. Let's say you see a guy's missing over here, you can plug and play him over there, plug and play him over there, and he's also, he holds his own at bat. What do you got to say about Label Gordon?
The Joe McEwing.
Joe McEwing, of course. Super Joe McEwing.
He'll make contact when he needs to. He'll get the big base hit. Very quiet, very underrated.
So he's a really good teammate type of guy that's always there first, always pushing his team, positivity, and he's always there. You know, he's the Johnny on the spot type of guy. Good to know. And how about you, Mike?
It's funny Yankee said that he's quiet. I think he's actually more of a captain type, and he is very rowdy.
Well, he is a captain.
He's a loud guy. I'm
Nice.
saying as in a quiet, like under the radar kind of
Right.
He's a solid fielder, and when there's a guy on first, I want to get him up. So I think he'll make contact to get the guy to second. If not, get himself.
So he's a glue type guy. Okay, good. So next guy on the list is a guy that's more of a lightning bolt type of guy, or is it him, or is it a guy later? We'll figure it out. This is Sandy Berger, third baseman. From what I'm told,
Great fielder.
really top quality defensive player. Offensively, I don't know. Enlighten me.
So I'm going to tell you a few things that's not on the list over here that we're looking at. He is a great fielder, like Yankee just said, phenomenal fielder. But more importantly, he's a great guy to have, great hitter, but he can also pitch. And that's something we did not discuss, but he can actually pitch.
So he's good to have. Let's just say your pitcher goes down or can't make it. He's a spot starter, which is pretty. Sometimes it's important to have on your team. But this year, thank God, it looks like we have a lot of pitchers in the league. So a guy like that's not going to be relied upon as we had in years past. But also good to know. And a guy like that, I think we have listed also in a mid-round type guy, maybe 4 or 5. So again, solid.
The best part about Sandy is you can have him bat 1 game, 10 the next game. He couldn't care less.
Love it. No, that's the type of guy you always want on a team. Over here, we have a guy that's a little bit of an unknown to both of us, but he came with Sandy. He's his roommate, actually, in the Five Towns. His name is Nick Lieberman, Nehemiah Lieberman. The quick scouting report I got, really professional first baseman, contact hitter, guy just goes about the game the right way. One of those guys, again, like you said before when it came to Gordon, one of those guys you want in your team, professional ball player. Again, but that's remained to be seen. We'll see him on Sunday, hopefully. Next player over here, well, actually, talking about yourself. No, the next person we're going to be talking about is Yankee Iskowitz. Yankee Iskowitz were actually on my left over here. Again, he's not going to talk high about himself, but I've seen him play, and he's the real deal. He definitely can handle center field. I played with you in Crown Heights against you a few times. I was on the Malach, Eliezer team, a bunch of guys. We played against you. You played a really good center field out there. I think you went 5 for 6 against our pitcher. Again, I only saw you once, but from what I'm talking around other guys, probably a first-round talent, and I'll let you talk about it because I know you're not going to talk about yourself.
I'll talk about him. First-round pick, absolutely. Phenomenal center fielder. He has great power.
And more importantly, what I recognize,
Sure.
he's got baseball instincts. He knows where to position himself. He hits the cutoff man.
I've seen him track the ball down, like running, 40, 50 feet.
No, he's the real.
He's great.
How would you compare him to Joe S. in the field?
Very similar. I would say if you're not sure between picking Joe S. or Yankee, you're really
again, that's very high praise right there.
Yes.
Next guy over here, he actually subbed in the league last year for a few games, and what was the story of him subbing? He was too good for the guy that he subbed for. We're very happy to have him in the league this year full-time. Ellie Koningsberg. Really strong outfielder. I think he's best suited to play a lockdown left field. Could be playing center field, and he actually can get the job done. And I saw him play. He could hit. You played with him before?
I have, and he actually come with some big hits against us. He has a big stick. Great fielder. He's quiet. Keeps his mouth shut.
Right.
Like a great guy to have on the team.
And you?
Yeah, I remember him being very into, I want to say, number 4. Was he number 4? Is he number 4 hitter?
He had a walk-up home run against me.
He's a number 4 hitter.
He's a strong
So
athlete.
you guys should know
I played against him in football, and I saw he was a solid receiver as well. Good ball player. Good to have in the league as well. Now, another guy we have over here listed as a left fielder, Yaakov Pineth. I know he can hit. I'm not sure. I heard multiple scouting reports about his range in left field. I know you guys play with him more than I have, so I know you play with him on the same team.
I played with him, yes, for the last few years. I love having him play right near me. He plays left field. I usually play about left center field. Great to have him next to me.
Okay, good to know. And you?
Pitching against him many times. He somehow just scrappy. Scrappy hits off him.
So everyone we're listing so far are all professional hitters, which is really strong to have in the league. Last year the bottom third of the league was weak. It really was. It looks like because of these new additions, where everyone's going to get shifted down a little bit, or even get spread out a little bit. Everyone's going to have a solid lineup 1 through 10 every single Sunday, and guys like this are the reason why. Next player on the list we have Eliezer Dusewitz, outfielder again. What's the scouting report on him?
Makes contact. He's going to drive the ball, a few hundred feet away. I've seen him crush it over the left field fence in Crown Heights, which is pretty far.
Is he an all or nothing type of hitter?
So again, I think if he performs well, he's going to get the ball in the ear no matter what. So if you have, I'm talking from a pitching perspective. So when I'm talking in general, it's going to be coming from facing against them. There's a guy on third. I don't want to be pitching against him because he's going to knock him in.
So he's a guy that you probably bat him fifth. He probably will lead the league in sack flies. His average won't be really reflective of that, but you'll see the RBIs will be there again. And if he can handle himself on the outfield, I know you never played with him before, right? You weren't familiar with him. Okay, that's that.
Tell me a picture of him on a T-shirt and something. I don't know.
I don't know. Next guy we have is Yumi Grun. I think he's your brother-in-law or your friend of yours.
Very close, a friend of mine. Solid fielder. He'll hit the ball. Nice overall player. I play with him against him in the Crown Heights. Again, he played with us in the Sephardi League in Brooklyn.
And you're comfortable putting him out there in right field for you.
Yes.
He's going to lock down the position.
100%.
It's good to have that because again, that's last year that wasn't a luxury that everyone had, where every right fielder was going to make every play. Now it looks like we're going to have that.
We're going to ask you about that.
No.
I know what happened.
Yeah, you don't ask me about that. Yeah. Again, that's PTSD, like you said before. Again, next player we're going to talk about is Nachum Mintz. Interesting player because he's a starting pitcher, but we also know, or you're telling me that he actually could play multiple positions and he actually could hit pretty well as well. So he's a guy that if you draft him to pitch 2 games, he's happy to do it. But we have other guys in the draft, like Eyal Goldberg that just joined, who was a starting pitcher on Flatbush. I could see a combination where game 1, game 2, and they both play positions the other game, and they both stay fresh. Or a guy like this could just grab the bull by its horns, and I feel like he's like an Eddie Nissim type of pitcher that we had last year from the scouting report that I got. Induces fly balls, and he's always consistent. Always consistent, always around the plate. Doesn't walk guys. So again, he's not gonna get tagged. He knows how to get guys out. But again, you play with him more than I have. So
you want him on your team. He's an all-around good, solid player to have. He makes contact all the time. I don't think I've ever seen him strike out. He knows how to place the ball opposite field if against any pitcher, fast, slow, and fielding-wise, he's a great fielder. And
fielding-wise, what position does he play? Like what?
You want him as pitcher because I think we were talking before, and Yaki was mentioning there are some games where that even though he just gives it to you, right? Everybody will still pop up and put a shutout.
Listen, he won't walk anybody. He's generally around. He's always around the plate here, so you could.
You guys don't know who I'm talking about, but I'm going to talk to the audience at home that know this player. He sounds like a Mikey Shalom type of pitcher, or like I said before, Eddie Nissim, maybe even a little bit of Freddie Hittery mixed in there. Will induce a lot of fly balls, won't walk guys.
Freddie Hittery pitched in the league last year?
Yes.
He's like that.
Okay, so he's not going to blow you away, but he'll induce fly balls, and hopefully the defense is good. Okay, good to know. And then that leads us into the next pitcher, which he got a really high draft grade going in, is Iris Suss. Iris Suss, you were telling me he might be a second, third round type player, and that's very important to know. So, Ira, pitching-wise, how would you rate him as a pitcher against Menachem?
I've played with him the last 2 years on my team. He's a great guy to play defense for.
Pleasure to play behind.
The ball. He's a smart pitcher, places the ball smart, barely walks anybody. Great athlete. He's very athletic. I mean, he'll run for every ball. He's great. And
you were telling me glowing reviews as well. You were telling me he's a guy you want in this league because he's young, he's exciting, and he's into it, and he comes and he brings it every single week. So,
yeah.
Go ahead. Tell me more about him.
Yaki was mentioning how he's a smart player. He's probably one of the smartest players I've ever played with. He could also. He's not going to be that guy that goes for that home run. He's going to want to, get that scrappy single also. He hustles. He is you guys want him on your team as a pitcher, even though I'm a pitcher, but you guys want him on your team because he has heat. He's consistent. He doesn't lose his cool. He's very into the game.
Yeah, it sounds like he has a very good makeup about himself, which is very important. I spoke to him also. It sounded like he had that calm, cool, collective vibe about him.
Yes.
Now, the next player over here, I think, is the biggest question mark going in. Talent-wise, everyone's telling me he might be a first-rounder. This guy plays shortstop, and I've seen him play once. I saw him make ridiculous plays at short. I remember his arm being a little erratic at times, but he could hit. You know more about this guy. This is Yaakov Gutman.
His arm hasn't been erratic in 4 years. He has a cannon of an arm. Great hitter. Extremely fast.
How would you compare him to Jojo Soria?
Okay, so this guy has the strongest arm in the league. by far. He could throw, without exaggeration, the softball mid-80s.
Wow.
At the first. So whoever is playing first base, if you're picking him, whoever is playing first base has to know how to catch a ball that's coming at him. Because sometimes he bobbles it, but he'll still make the play to first because he throws it so hard. So just to get that concept, you guys.
And offensively, what's his game?
He's a great hitter, has a lot of power, and if he makes contact, I mean, Yankee could probably hit just as far.
You want to bet between 2 and 6, I would say.
Oh, so he's an RBI man.
He's a number 3, 4, or 5 hitter.
Wow, so he really...
I wouldn't bet him too.
It sounds like he really is a first-round grade type guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Next player, there's actually 2 more. One of them is Yakov Weiss. I know Yakov very well, so does... I don't know, do you know Yakov very well, or you just know him?
I played on... he's on my team for a couple of years.
So Yakov's a great teammate, big target at first base, also could handle third base very well from what I saw, and contact hitter. He's a guy, you probably can get him towards the middle, the end of the draft, and he's a guy you're happy to get there because the guy you're getting compared to the other guys you're going to be getting in that round, he's more of he's probably going to be the better of the end of the draft. So... Was that an accurate assessment?
I think so. I mean, I don't know who we're comparing him to, but he's a solid player.
Right. So he's a guy. He's not gonna make out in a big spot. He's not gonna have a clueless at bat. So he's a guy.
He could come with a big hit.
Okay. So good. And have you played against him at all or no?
I mean, he's usually on my team. Solid player. I would say, first baseman in this league, and if he can make contact and he has some power.
So, and then to round it out, Schneur Silverstein, again, just based on from talking to him, he sounds like he also can play multiple positions. He can play probably short center, probably a little right, probably a little second. So he's a guy,
catch if you need him to catch.
Jack of all trades, and he's a diehard. He told me he's at the field already waiting for this combine. He's excited. And again, this is the list of all
the championship game. He killed us. He hit the ball every right center field.
So he's a money player,
and he's a righty hitter. Yeah, so he punches it to these gaps. So he's a gap
Vegetarian style.
No, just a solid. Yes. I mean, you try putting 4 guys, you don't still get it to the right side.
This list of 15, 16 guys is just the recruits that Menachem helped acquire. There are still a lot of new rookies in the league, exciting players. And I do plan on doing another one of these shows highlighting the rest of them, but I wanted to make sure to take advantage of the fact, now that I have both these guys in the room who play with them a lot, to make sure they can express themselves to the camera, to the captains. But again, I'm really looking forward to this combine. Hopefully we can get it in if the weather permits it. I'm excited about the season. I hope you are as well. I know there's a lot of buzz going around in all these other leagues, the ripple effect, and they're canceling their Sunday games because of our games. And I'm very excited. This is the start of something really exciting. Hopefully this could trickle into other leagues and the tentacles could run deeper, and next year we can expand upon it. But right now we are capped out. We have 9 teams, even though I have enough players probably for 10, even if I wanted for 11. Sorry, 8 teams. I have enough players for 10. But I'm going to cap it at 8 because I want the talent level to be really high this year. And the next year we'll open it up a little more, maybe 9, maybe 10. But either way, the combine's in a week, and the draft's in 2 weeks, and the season's in about a month and a half. And I don't think there's anything more to say. I'm just really excited about it, looking forward to the season, and it's going to be special. Any last closing comments?
Looking forward.
Looking forward.
Really excited.
All right.
Same.